Two of the best-selling protein powders in America tested at more than 12 times the lead level that food safety experts consider safe for a single day. Not 12% over the limit. 12 times. And here is the part nobody tells you. There is no federal limit for lead in protein powder. None. The FDA does not require a single test before these tubs hit the shelf. Independent lab tests have now ranked the cleanest and the dirtiest protein powders on the market. And by the end of this video, you will know the exact powder that tested cleaner than every other brand. Let's get into it. If you drink a protein shake every day, and most of us do, that is the whole point. This is not a once-in-a-while problem. Lead does not flush out of your system. It accumulates in your bones, your kidneys, your nervous system. The FDA links chronic lead exposure to kidney dysfunction in adults and developmental damage in children. In late 2025, Consumer Reports ran a 3-month investigation. 23 of the most popular protein powders and ready-to-drink shakes in America. Plant-based, whey, beef-based. Bought from Amazon, Walmart, Whole Foods, Vitamin Shop, the same places you shop. The result is more than 2/3 contained more lead in one serving than their food safety experts say is safe for an entire day. Some by over 10 times. And the researcher who led the testing said it is actually worse than when they tested 15 years ago. The industry exploded. The contamination grew right along with it. So, which brands failed? Number 2 on this list is sold as a premium health product, and it tested worse than almost everything else. Stick around, because the safe picks at the end will surprise you. One of them costs less than $15 at Walmart. Quick note on how this works, because this channel only deals in published lab data, no opinions, no guessing. Consumer Reports uses a safety threshold of 0.5 micrograms of lead per daily serving. That number comes from California Proposition 65, the strictest food safety standard in the country. Why California's standard? Because the federal government literally does not have one for supplements. Let that sink in. There are federal lead limits for bottled water, for candy, for baby food. For protein powder? Nothing. Every number you are about to hear is from their published investigation. Link in the description. Check it yourself. We will count down from number 7 to the single worst result they found. Number 7 isn't one brand. It's a trap built into an entire product type, mass gainers. Here's the trick. Contamination scales with serving size. A normal protein powder is a 30 to 50 gram scoop. A mass gainer serving can be over 300 grams, 6 scoops at once. Even if the powder itself is only moderately contaminated per gram, you are multiplying that by 6 every single day while you are bulking. When the worst product in the entire Consumer Reports test turned out to be a mass gainer, we will get to the exact numbers at number 1. The company's defense was literally that, per gram. It is comparable to other plant proteins. That might be true, but you do not eat it per gram. You eat it per 6 scoops. Rule 1. If the serving size is measured in hundreds of grams, the heavy metal math is working against you. Number 6 hurts, because these are the products with the healthiest marketing on the shelf. Plant-based protein blends. The single most important statistic from the entire investigation is this one. Plant-based protein powders contained, on average, about 9 times more lead than whey. 9 times, and roughly twice as much as beef-based protein. Why? Plants pull heavy metals out of the soil. Rice, pea, hemp. They are bioaccumulators. That is not a scandal, it is botany. The scandal is selling that product with the word clean on the label while refusing to publish a single heavy metal test. This does not mean every plant protein is dangerous. You will see a plant-based powder pass the test later in this video. It means the burden of proof is higher. If a plant-based brand does not show you test results, assume the worst, because the averages are not on their side. Number 5. Garden of Life, Sport, Organic Plant-Based. This one stings because Garden of Life built its entire brand on the words organic and clean. USDA Organic Seal. Non-GMO. NSF certified for sport, even. In Consumer Reports testing, this powder came in at several times their daily lead threshold, in the 400 to 600% range. Their experts' guidance for products in that bracket is to limit it to about once a week. Once a week, for a product designed to be your daily post-workout shake. And here's the lesson that applies to everything in this video. Organic is a statement about pesticides and farming practices. It says nothing about heavy metals. Lead in soil does not care whether the farm is certified organic. Those are two completely different tests, and only one of them is on the label. Number 4 is the strangest entry on this list. Momentous 100% plant protein. Strange, because Momentous is one of only 2 companies in the entire test that actually publishes its heavy metal results publicly. They are one of the good guys on transparency. And their plant protein still tested in the 400 to 600% range of the lead threshold. To their credit, the company says it overhauled its sourcing and formulas in 2024, and the tested product has since been discontinued. That is how it is supposed to work. Testing, publishing, fixing. But the takeaway for you is uncomfortable. Even a premium, transparency-first, athlete-focused brand could not keep lead out of a plant-based formula. If they struggled, what do you think is in the no-name plant blend that has never been tested at all? Number 3 is not a single product. It's the biggest red flag in the entire industry, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Consumer Reports tested products from 20 different companies. Household names: Optimum Nutrition, BSN, Muscle Milk, Muscle Tech, Dymatize, Quest, Orgain, Vega, and Sure. Then they asked a simple question: do you publish your heavy metal test results? Out of all those brands, exactly 2 said yes. Momentous and Transparent Labs. 2 more, KOS and Equip Foods, said they'd hand results to customers who ask. Everyone else? Silence. Think about that. These companies run a multi-billion-dollar industry. Most of them do test internally. They have the numbers. They just don't show you. I'm not going to tell you those specific brands failed. The individual results are in the linked report, and they vary. What I'm telling you is the principle. In an industry with 0 federal limits, a brand that hides its test results is asking you to take their word for it. With your bloodstream. Number 2. Hool Black Edition. This is the one that shocked even the researchers. Hool isn't gas station muscle powder. It's the slick, engineered, complete nutrition brand. Tech workers live on this stuff. It's marketed as the rational, science-forward way to eat. Tested result: 6.3 micrograms of lead per serving. The safety threshold is 0.5 micrograms per serving. That is more than 12 times higher, over 1,200%. It was the second worst result out of all 23 products tested. And remember who buys Huel. People who drink it as a meal replacement, not one scoop after the gym. Multiple servings a day, every day, instead of food. That is exactly the usage pattern where lead accumulation does the most damage. The product that sells itself as the future of food tested worse than almost every old-school bodybuilding powder in the study. Marketing is not chemistry. And number 1. The single highest lead result in the entire Consumer Reports investigation. Naked Nutrition's Vegan Mass Gainer. 7.7 micrograms of lead per serving. 15 times the daily safety threshold. In a product whose brand name is literally naked, sold on the promise of nothing hidden, nothing added. Now, in fairness, and this channel does fairness, Naked Nutrition pushed back. Their argument is that this is a mass gainer with a 315-gram serving, 6 scoops, so per gram, it is comparable to other plant proteins. And per gram, that may well be true. But notice what that defense actually admits. The product combines the 2 highest risk factors in this entire video: plant-based ingredients, 9 times the average lead of whey, multiplied by the biggest serving size on the market. The label says vegan, clean, simple. The math says 15 times the daily limit, every shake. That's the whole game in one product. The front of the label is marketing. The lab report is reality. So is every protein powder a problem? No. And this is where it gets genuinely useful, because the same investigations also found powders that passed with room to spare. Here are the 3 that the data actually supports, including, at number 1, the single cleanest result of them all. Number 3 is the one nobody expects: Equate. Yes, Walmart's house brand. In Consumer Reports, January 2026 follow-up test, Equate's whey protein-enriched chocolate came in at 0.27 micrograms of lead per serving. That is comfortably under the 0.5 threshold. Safe for daily use, per their experts. A $15 supermarket tub beat premium brands costing 4 times as much. 2 reasons. First, it's whey. Remember, whey averages 9 times less lead than plant protein. Second, dairy is simply a cleaner raw material chain. You don't have to pay more to be safe. You have to choose the right category. Number 2. Transparent Labs 100% grass-fed whey isolate. This pick is about the one thing the rest of the industry refuses to do. They publish every batch's heavy metal results publicly on their website. It is one of only 2 companies in the entire test that does. You're not trusting a label. You're not even trusting Consumer Reports. You can pull up the certificate for the exact batch in your hand. In an unregulated industry, that is the gold standard of accountability, and it is why they are on this list even before you look at their numbers. And the number 1 cleanest result, the most reliable protein powder, according to the published lab data: Clean Simple Eats, whey protein, chocolate brownie batter. 0.21 micrograms of lead per serving. This was the lowest level of every reader-requested powder in Consumer Reports' January 2026 round, less than half the safety threshold, and roughly 1/30th of what the worst product in this video tested at. Why does it win? It checks every box this video has been building toward. It is whey-based, the lowest contamination category. It tested clean for all 4 heavy metals they screened: lead, arsenic, cadmium, and mercury. And it is a brand that submitted to independent testing and came out on top. One honest caveat, because this channel does not do sponsorships and does not do absolutes. This is the best published result from independent testing as of today. Batches change, sourcing changes. The real lesson is not to buy this one tub forever. It is the checklist. Choose whey over plant blends if heavy metals are your concern. Demand published third-party tests and treat any brand that hides its numbers as a no. But if you want one answer to walk out of this video with, the data says Clean, simple eats. Quick recap. Skip. Mass gainers with mega servings, untested plant blends, and any brand, premium or not, that won't show you a lab report. The data-backed picks. Equate if you're on a budget, transparent labs if you want batch-level proof, and clean, simple eats for the cleanest published result on the market. Every number in this video comes from Consumer Reports published investigations, and both reports are linked in the description. Read them. Check our work. That's the point of this channel.